Trump wants to cut taxes for the super rich. Well, we're not going there, my friends. I'm telling you right now, we're going to write fairer rules for the middle class, and we are going to raise taxes on the middle class. Trump wants to cut taxes for the super rich. Well, we're not going there, my friends. I'm telling you right now, we're going to write fairer rules for the middle class, and we are going to raise taxes on the middle class.
The purpose of the SIP is to, quote, provide accurate and comprehensive information about the income and program participation that has constantly been screamed down, that you constantly be called xenophobic, racist, Nazi, whatever. Well, it turns out that intuition, that instinct that you had, yeah, it's correct.
When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us, at our stupidity. And now they're beating us economically. They are not our friend.
Black people and white people can't be unified for Trump? That's bullcrap. Trump refuses to denounce the KKK.
How do you feel about the recent endorsement from David Duke?
I didn't even know he endorsed me. David Duke endorsed me? Okay. All right. I disavow. Okay? Yes. All right. Yes.
In the absence of the truth, bullcrap prevails. So here come the truth, jokers. Look at what's been going on. All the people are coming out, the dang Walking Dead. You know, the people who don't pay attention to politics until the election cycle comes around. And they get so emotional. They get all into it, and, you know, they pick their sides and they fight against each other, but in reality, they ain't getting nowhere with it. So you're falling for the little racist angle. You're fighting each other. You're ripping up the signs. And, oh yeah, let me go to this. This is something here. How is it that this little fake joker right here comes out and endorses Donald Trump? Now, elections are all about perception. So when you see this guy endorsing Donald Trump, you will say, oh, well, Donald Trump is a racist because he's endorsing Donald Trump. But here's the thing. What is KKK? Well, the KKK was created by the Democrats. KKK still belongs to the Democrats. So this guy right here knows that if he comes out and throws his support behind Donald Trump, it's going to get the reaction of this. That's the only reason why he's coming out and doing that. Lyndon B. Johnson did the same thing in the 1964 election. He made an ad saying that Barry Goldwater was endorsed by the KKK. But how is he going to say that when the KKK is a democratic entity? They are the prop, and I'm talking about the KKK. The Democrats are the most racist party in history, the only party in American history to kill black people because they wanted them to vote Democrat. Lyndon B. Johnson said, I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years. When he was talking about N-words, he was talking about black people. And black people, they still vote Democrat.
Neither have I. You don't know me. You're fucking a white male. So?
Today, our country has lost a true American original, my friend and mentor, Robert C. Byrd. Senator Byrd was a man of surpassing eloquence and nobility.
There are white. I've seen a lot of white in my time.
I admired his tireless advocacy for his West Virginia constituents, his fierce defense of the Constitution and the traditions of the Senate, and his passion for a government that improves the lives of the people it serves.
There are white. I've seen a lot of white in my time.
They mentioned that he once had a fleeting association with a Ku Klux Klan. And what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. He was a country boy from the hills and hollows of West Virginia. He was trying to get elected.
As Secretary of State, I continued to rely on his advice and counsel. Robert C. Byrd led by the power of his example, and he made all of us who had the honor of serving as his colleagues better public servants and better citizens. Robert C. Byrd left such a legacy.
We have given her $20,000 anonymously for her campaign fund. She is friends with the Klan. The KKK endorses Hillary Clinton. About illegal immigrants. She doesn't. She's acting like she does so she can get into office. She's a Democrat. The Klan has always been a democratic organization.
People in the streets. Does Hitler not remind you of that? Does Trump not remind you of that? No, explain to me how Trump is like Hitler. Mass deportation.
There isn't any sensible approach except to do what we need to do simultaneously. Secure our borders with technology, personnel, physical barriers if necessary in some places, and we need to have tougher employer sanctions, and we need to try to incentivize Mexico to do more. If they've committed transgressions of whatever kind, they should be obviously deported.
Sessions went on to explain that Obama's immigration policy is killing wages, particularly for immigrants and minority groups, because the flow of labor is so large, it floods the labor market and depresses wages. Of the Daily Caller, Donald Trump is going to do better with Hispanics and African Americans because he's talking about things that will really make their wages go up.
I do not support gay marriage.
I live in New York. New York is a place with lots of gays, and I think it's great.
I'd be shorter if we mass abortion. So obeying the law. Donald Trump wants to obey the laws on immigration. Donald Trump wants to obey.
And basically fuck with the one person who stands in the way of us being ruled by Donald Trump.
Just before I came in here, we thought we'd do a little search on our files, and I do notice that a William Mayer gave a Clinton-affiliated entity $1 million. Now it's a William Mayer in LA, where that at the time the money came. Perhaps you would like to comment. Is that you?
Yeah, I don't think.
For the KKK, Hillary Clinton is our choice.
Welcome back. After the attacks, the raids. German police raiding the homes and workplaces of several suspected ISIS supporters today. And it's all going down as terror attacks and plots are picking up over there, with some tied to refugees. Retired Army Colonel and former Republican Congressman Alan West says this is why open border policies are dangerous everywhere. Colonel, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Maria.
What needs to be done?
Well, first of all, you think about Time Magazine named Angela Merkel their Person of the Year for 2015. I would say right now she would probably get the Stuck on Stupid award because she opened up the borders into her country for individuals that could not be vetted. And when you have an enemy that tells you exactly what they're going to do and that they're going to infiltrate these refugees and they're going to spread and disperse all throughout the European Union. And we have seen the attacks in Paris. We have seen the attacks in Brussels. We know about the sexual assaults and rapes in Germany and across Sweden, which is now the rape capital of Europe. So when your enemy is telling you exactly what they want to do, you should pay attention. You should listen to them. But unfortunately, here in the United States of America, we have President Obama and Hillary Clinton admitting tens of thousands of these Syrian refugees, and Hillary Clinton wants to take that up into the hundreds of thousands. And they don't have the right processes and procedures in place, and that was evidenced by Tashfeen Malik, who was able to lie on her application and come in here on a fiancé visa, and 14 Americans lost their lives in San Bernardino because of it.
Right. Why do you think we have not seen attempts at violence in the U.S.? We have taken in some refugees already. Has ISIS been unable to infiltrate the flow of refugees here in America? Or do you think we have effective backstops?
Well, I think when you listen to Director Comey, we have investigations, I think close to 1,000 investigations in just about every single state in the United States of America. And thankfully, we have been able to thwart those efforts. But still, you see the inspired attacks of what you saw in San Bernardino, what you saw in Orlando, and also in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where 4 Marines and a sailor lost their lives because they were unarmed on a Naval Reserve support facility. We know that we do have individuals that are leaving this country to go and fight alongside ISIS in Syria, and how do we preclude them from coming back in?
Yeah.
So I think that it's been a little bit of luck, it's been a lot of vigilance, but they only have to get it right one time.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, it is a scary situation knowing that this is what they're planning. Do you think that there are sleeper cells right now? I mean, Jim Comey was pretty clear in terms of the hundreds of investigations going on right now. But are there sleeper cells here waiting for direction? How would you rate the effectiveness of our backstops and our security in place?
Well, of course there are sleeper cells in the United States of America. That's one of the issues that you have when you don't have a secure border. And this is an issue of people understanding we're supposed to be a sovereign country. Not everyone is coming to the United States of America from Mexico or Central America to find jobs and opportunities. You have people that are classified as OTMs other than Mexicans. You can see that on the Border Patrol website. And they are coming from some of these countries that are harboring terrorist activities. So we have to be even more vigilant. We have to boost our Border Patrol. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, without a doubt, we're probably at about a 7 to 8. But again, it only takes that one opportunity that they can take advantage of. And with their use of social media, lots of times they can create cells and radicalize people without having to do too much as far as effort.
Colonel, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Colonel West joining us there. Tense moments in Ferguson last night. Gunshots during a demonstration marked the 2nd anniversary of Michael Brown's death. This coming with the Department of Justice slamming the Baltimore Police Department in the wake of the Freddie Gray case. Reaction to all of this from former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Next on Set. Back in a minute.
Doesn't it feel like every time you want to have a sensible discussion about facts and reality and trends within society, particularly when it overlaps with any kind of politics, don't you feel like any time you want to have a sensible discussion, all of these hysterical brain parasite...
Hillary just say, like, what are the problems in America? Hillary can make a case because she'll say something that's actually political. This guy don't even see nothing. Just tell me the issues in America. What are the issues in America? First off, people like me are dying. The bank's running everything. Anybody else want to get in on this? I know Donald Trump wants to bring jobs back to America. You say jobs are an issue. Donald Trump says he wants to bring them back. I didn't say nothing about a job. How? He quit sending jobs to China. We have companies going to Mexico. What are you talking about? Are you even listening? I said people like me are dying. American companies. You want to know why everything you pick up says made in China? That's because other companies devalue their currency, and so companies can make a greater profit overseas. Donald Trump wants to bring it back. Donald Trump is capitalist. This is America. Capitalism. Capitalism is people who cannot exist without exploitation. Didn't think so. Didn't think so.
Let's bring it back to black people being killed by police.
Okay.
What has Trump said about that?
What about white people being killed by police?
Fuck off!
That's not racist, though.
The junior senator from Alabama went on to predict that Trump can turn the economy around for those on the lowest rung of the economic ladder very quickly.